Well, what do you do? What I mean, what do you do? Answer. What do you do? When someone says, what do you do? What do you say? You're not too sure, right? You say, what do you do? I don't know. Makes sense, right? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Well, what do you do? What do you do? So you're in a company and they say, hey, what do you do here? And you say, what do you mean? What I do? What do you do? And you say, what do you mean what I do? You keep repeating yourself. Can you rephrase that question? What do you do? Now, common sense would say, how long would this go on? It can go on for quite some time. What do you do? Can you explain to me? What do you do? I do what I have to do. And what? So it's a rhetorical question. What are you saying? I do what I have to do. We all have different roles, different functions. But how would you describe what you do? I function, I produce, and I get it done. That's what I do. I do it daily, non-stop. Don't stop. If you stop, you can get replaced. I don't want to get replaced, so I keep doing what I have to do daily, constantly, doing the same thing over and over and over again. Makes sense or makes no sense? But it could make sense, right? But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. It's not double talk, but that's the common cause of anything. You are doing what you have to do. You're given a duty and you're going to do it. And it's hard to explain what you're doing because you're doing the same thing every day. You get up, go to work, and you go to work. Either you punch in, swipe your card in, magnetic in, whatever it is, log in, whatever you do, you're doing the same thing every day. It's repetitive. You do the same thing, same role, constantly. Go to the same meeting, say the same thing. Actually, what you do, I'm doing when I do the work. How far have you gotten? Uh, uh, it's working out. Are we working out? Of course you're working out. What's the projections? They look good to me. Don't you think they look good? No, we're asking you, what are the projections? You're supposed to tell us what you're doing. I'm doing the same thing I do every day. But what is that? What are you doing? What are you doing every day? Do you know what you're doing? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. What is that? I do my work. I'm functional. I keep doing the same thing every day, and that's what I do. What do you mean that is what you do? Well, common sense would say, I'm making sense in what I'm doing because I do the same thing every day. What is your function here? My function is to come to work and I do the same routine all the time. And I don't stop doing it. And that's what I've been doing for several years now. I've been with this company since day one when we first opened the doors. So, what is your position? It's the same position I had. Can you tell us what you're doing here? I was given a task and I do it every day, the same task. I was told to do the same task every day until it's time to go. And that's what I do. I do the same thing over and over again. And what is it that you do? I do a task. What is the task? It could vary. I'm given a set of instructions to do a certain thing, and that's what I do constantly, every day. Constantly doing the same thing, repetitive. And this is how companies are because nobody knows what everybody's doing. You might have an ID tag saying you're working for the company, but it doesn't say what you're doing. You're given a task and you have to do it. It could be anything. But nobody knows what you're doing because nobody knows who's assigned to what. Because nobody knows. You might be in a different department. But a lot of people doing the same thing over and over again. Doing reports, doing projections, doing marketing, doing graphics, doing all different parts of the business, doing IT, doing the same thing over and over again, making sure everybody's account is working. Profiles, yeah. Active directory, keeping profile. The directory, active directory is you clone. They'll say, hey, we need you to clone this person, this person, this person to this person, and give them the same administrator rights, but they can't access that account or that account because everybody's in a VLAN, virtual LAN network. So all the departments are in VLANs, and they can't really use the same printer. They can only use a printer in their VLAN. That's how they keep the network separated. Is that how I go from that to the other? Because what do? You just told them what you do. You do profiles. Your job is to make sure everybody who starts in the company have the same kind of profile that they're assigned to by the given management department. That's what you're doing every day. Did that make sense? Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense now because you clarified it. Because they ask you what you do, and you really can't tell them because what you're doing profiles of each department person, any new employee, and you give them rights. They can go into this division, this division, this division. They have access to this printer, that printer, because there's several different printers in one company. They don't just have one printer. They're all working from different printers, and each printer has a different task. And then the person, the head manager of that department, have his own personal printer. So you don't use his printer to print to. They have a color printer, and you have black and white printer. They prefer to use black and white, black toner, instead of color toner, which is very expensive. It's getting expensive now. So that's what you're doing. You're doing the same repetitive tasks every day. But they didn't know what you're doing. They've never seen you before. The only time they see you, maybe when you come out and have something in the cafeteria, something in the lounge, make a cup of coffee, whatever it is you're doing. That's when they see you. They see you at parties. They'll see you at events. They'll see you in meetings, but they don't know what you do. Nobody really knows what everybody does. Did you know that? Nobody knows. It's a secret, isn't it? It's not a secret. The only person that knows is you do, or your manager. He knows what you do because he assigned you for work. That's why you do the same thing all the time. When somebody says, what do you do? I work here. What do you do here? I work productively here. You're not really supposed to tell people what you do unless the manager wants to know. HR should know what you're doing. But technically speaking, you're working for the company. Company A, B, C, or D, or E. You're working for the company. You do the same repetitive tasks every day. You could be doing what I just said, Active Directory. You could be doing bookkeeping. You can be doing charts, projections. You could be doing marketing. You could be doing HR, managing everybody here. Make sure everybody gets their check. Make sure everybody's functioning. Make sure it's working. That's what you do. You're working. That is what you're doing. You're productive. That is what you're doing. And that's what you do. You're productive. You're working. And you're in a department. And you're in a group. And you're doing your job. And you log in. You do the same thing every day. You repeat the same kind of work every day. And you don't stop. This is it. That is it. If it made sense to you, great. Hit that sub button there. Okay? That's it. We're done.